What is up, guys? Let's make this fast. Amcar with no mods, Shimano 88 pistol, ISPC compensator, accuracy modifier, polymer flashlight, laser grip, extended magazine, and pistol red dot sight. Using weapon but melee, ace of spades, maniac perk deck, using absolutely no skills whatsoever, two-piece suit, and the doctor bag. Let's go ahead and take a look at the busted bots. So I am doing this one down, of course. Solo with AI. You can see that my skill point total down there in the corner, so that I'm still, actually running that particular skill set. I've had a handful of questions and seen a lot of discussion about the current balance of the new bots. I do believe that this was a step in the right direction. However, as you'll see in this video, the bots might be in a bit of a overpowered state in their current build. It's pretty ridiculous. You can have a myriad of bot modifications that boost your abilities as a player. Things like faster interaction speed, inspire. What else? Of course, you can pick their weapon and their masks. Currently, the Reinfeld shotgun, or just more simply the pump action 12 gauge, is the most effective weapon to give the bots. Currently, with the probably best DPS, currently they're able to eviscerate most units in a handful of shots, even on one down. It's pretty ridiculous. Which, of course, I'm emphasizing with my quote-unquote lack of a, well, it's not really any quote-unquote, it's really just a lack of a build. There's not really any way to beat around the bush on that one. Of course, I needed to pick a heist that was a little bit smaller and quicker to run through, otherwise it was going to be really boring just to sit there for forever and ever waiting for bots to kill everything so I could move between objectives. So this one seemed like a pretty decent heist to start off with. So the player boosts that you get from the bots, and bots having inspire and things like that, although they do make many aspects of the game far easier in a sense, being able to interact with things faster and things of that nature. Probably the most glaring problem with the bots right now is just simply the amount of damage that they're putting out. I don't think that the bots should be completely and pointlessly fragile on one down. Of course, if you have a lobby with 3 players in it and you need an AI to fill the 4th slot, you definitely don't want that 4th slot to just be completely and utterly useless. And if you need some sort of clutch last-second revive from the AI if the rest of your team is down, you want your AI to be able to do that. However, I also don't think that when you have 3 AI on the map, they can literally carry you through a loud heist. Even without a proper player setup, and with a proper player setup, I mean, you can just, you can imagine. It would make, well, it makes one down kind of a joke, honestly. I did bring the doctor bag instead of like a armor bag because, I am using maniac, so I'm not really going to be able to take a whole lot of damage. So if an enemy just kind of pops around the corner and shoots at me, if the AI aren't distracting them, I'll go down relatively quickly. That's not that big of a deal though, because the bots will inspire me quite handily. And even if the inspire is on cooldown, they can pick me up relatively quickly, so that's not that big of a worry. So as you can see from all the ammo drops, bots are definitely making quick work of all these units. And I would like to emphasize that I'm not using the better bots mod or anything like that to further increase like the intelligence of the AI heisters. This is all completely, completely vanilla stuff. So it's just kind of funny to me, honestly, how busted they are in this state. I don't think that it was intentional for the AI to do as much damage as they do with the Reinfelds. And honestly, even though the bots are still really good, or the bots are extraordinarily good with the Reinfeld, they're still really potent with other weapons, particularly since you can give them shield piercing rounds with any weapon. That is a boost that you can give the bots. I didn't get the easy peasy spawn where the tiara was in the safe in this room, so I had to travel over to the other room while coaxing my AI to follow closely along so I didn't just get completely eviscerated. It was almost comical how little interaction there was that majority of this heist. Yeah, I just kind of got shot down by some schmuck through the window as he popped around the corner. It happens though. That's why I brought the doctor bag. Couldn't move this grate out of the way. It was kind of aggravating me. It wasn't really an effective place to hole up in this room as opposed to the other room. So, I mean, the bots don't make you immortal. You can't just stand in the middle of the bots and not expect to go down. You know, you have to have a place to kind of hunker down. But even still, having a place to hunker down and just sitting there and letting the bots do all the dirty work just makes it laughably easy. And if you're not shooting and the bots are doing most of the killing, the enemies are going to be more tempted to aggro towards them. You are able to grab the tiara through the wall, by the way, just in case you were wondering. Didn't have to run into the other room. So, the AI will not only be attracting a lot of aggro, since they will be doing most of the killing. I mean, there's just really not many downsides to them right now, other than the fact that... Actually, no, I just can't really think of any. I mean, they're still pretty dumb. I've had them kind of lollygag as I've been down like across the map. I've been doing high-level crime sprees with them because it's pretty easy to... In certain regards, it's almost easier than to do solo high-level crime sprees with AI than it is with players, because going to loud portions, all I have to do is hunker down in an area if I'm waiting for a timed objective and just let the AI do all the killing and just kind of go twiddle my thumbs, go to the bathroom, get something to eat, and just sit there and let it happen. It's pretty cheesy, and I'm certain that it'll be patched in the future where the AI aren't this ridiculously powerful. I did get a nice little escape here, so I didn't have to go all the way around the map, which it really wouldn't have mattered, just moving from cover to cover. I do kind of blitz it here towards the end, though, once the AI clear my path a little bit, because I knew they'd be able to get me relatively quickly. So yeah, I think you can count on one hand the number of enemies that I've killed so far in this one down solo run. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I think this is where I just decided to blitz it. I knew I was probably going to go down, but I also knew that the AI would get me and it'd probably be close enough. And I made it to the escape, but I went into custody! Oh, but we succeeded anyway. Woohoo! Yeah, I killed one enemy. I did get an escape though, so I was like, I might as well just go ahead and, you know, throw this into the video so that I can go ahead and emphasize a little bit more just in case the Ukrainian job wasn't enough. Exact same loadout, of course. It was park, so I went to the best hiding spot possible, or at least in regards to what van escape I was going to get. Peeked over to this side, there was no police barricade, no SWAT turret down the, or SWAT van down the road. So I just decided to go ahead and hunker down in these sewage pipes. I was trying to figure out which one was going to be the best one to sit in to get to the van faster, but most of the ones that were facing along the road, as opposed to this one that's kind of facing perpendicular to the road. This one offered the best cover because enemies can't. I mean, some enemies can hop over the wall and shoot you, but fewer enemies will be doing that than ones that can just aim all the way down the street into the down those sewage pipes. And I literally will not move from this position until the van gets here. It's just 4 minutes of me sitting here letting the bots kill a whole lot of things. I think I kill more enemies in this day than I do the other day. Or no, maybe I just kill one again. I don't really recall. It's pretty ridiculous. You can even see the range on the AI's shotguns and how much damage they're still doing. They're still killing 1 down units from that far of a distance with their Reinfelds. To my knowledge, I don't think modifications actually affect the weapon stats that the bots use, of the weapons that the bots use. So even like if I gave them flechette rounds or HE rounds or anything like that, it shouldn't impact the weapon. Actually, I don't even think you could equip an HE rounds shotgun on them, or like an incendiary round shotgun on them. But anyway, I don't think the modifications matter, and it might just be purely cosmetic. I don't know that as a fact, that's just what I've heard. But whether it impacts or not, it would probably impact it quite minorly, considering the fact that I'm 90% certain that all of these shotguns have been loaded with buckshot, because these are all weapons, of course, that I personally use or in my inventory and all that good stuff. But they're using buckshot and still able to shoot enemies from pretty ridiculous range as far as I'm concerned. I'm not quite sure how John Wick and Sydney ended up switching weapons and masks in between these days. I just now noticed that. I didn't notice it while I was playing, but I just now noticed it. Sydney's supposed to be my primary AI with a oh shoot, what is it called? No, I can't remember. It's a Mega something. Mega Kwai, that's what it is. A Mega Kwai mask, and John Wick has the Mega Deathwish mask. And the weapon skins that they have on their shotguns are reversed. I'm not really sure how that happened. It's quite strange though. Anyway. So apparently that's a small bug. Bots will just randomly change their equipment. I've never seen that before. It's a new one on me, but whatever. They just eviscerate dozers, and it's completely ridiculous. Bots, as I'm sure a lot of people will agree, in their current state are just completely broken in terms of the amount of damage that they can output. So I would say enjoy it while it lasts and get as much mileage out of it as you can, because there's no way that Overkill's gonna let this stay in the game, I don't think. If we couldn't keep OG Grinder, there's no way we're gonna be able to keep this, you know what I'm saying? Which, you know, on that same note, Anarchist still exists in its current state, but I think some would argue that Anarchist is maybe a little bit less potent than original Grinder was, which I don't know. Maybe some fantasy memories of the past, or what would you call it? Maybe nostalgia is making me remember how powerful OG Grinder was incorrectly. I do remember it being ridiculous though. But anyway. Yeah, I don't think the bots weapons are going to stay in this state by any means. As far as if the bonuses are going to get reduced slightly or if they're going to be changed, that I'm not 100% sure about. I was pretty sure that was, you know, the intention of the beta that they had before they actually released the Henchman update, was to see, you know, not only how the player base received it, but also how well it worked before they implemented it into the main game. I assumed they would have picked up on something like this, but it didn't seem like anyone, pardon me, it didn't seem like anyone was talking about how powerful the Reinfeld was in the hands of the bots in the beta, so I don't know if that's something that came out, that happened, you know, post-Henchman update or what, once it was implemented into the base game. It's now the exciting part. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this, without a doubt, answers the question as to whether or not, you know, it's easier to solo with bots, at least in the current state, or without them. So anyway, that was just a quick look at how busted the AI bots are in their current state. And as usual, thank you guys so much for watching.